The land stretches out before us, bare and brittle, under a sky washed pale by the sun. The wind whistles across the cracked earth, carrying nothing but dust. All around, the world is still. Not a bird sings, nor does a blade of grass stir. The silence is vast, almost heavy, pressing in from all sides. You stand in the heart of America. Once, this was a place of promise, where rivers flowed and green meadows thrived. Now, the only sound is the dry rustle of wind through dead sagebrush. Each breath tastes of sand and memory. The air, sharp and hot, brushes your skin with a rough hand. The horizon wavers in the heat. Faint shadows flicker where water once danced. You listen for the trickle of a stream, but there is nothing. Only the soft crunch of your own footsteps, the sound echoing in the emptiness. This is not just a drought. It is the silence of thirst, a whisper of what could come. And as you take it in, the question settles over you. What happens when there is no water left to find? If you want to stay informed about critical issues like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring you more stories that matter. Across the continent, streams that once sang with life now lie empty. Reservoirs shrink under the relentless sun, their muddy banks growing wider each day. The land keeps a secret, quiet and dangerous. America's water may one day run out. There is no backup plan, no pipeline from distant lands, no secret reservoir deep beneath the earth. We have always trusted that water would return, as it always has. But the rain grows scarce. Snowmelt arrives late, if at all. Rivers fade into memory. People avert their eyes from the truth. In towns and cities, the tap still runs. But in the wild places, the writing is on the wall. You feel it in the hush that settles at noon, when not even the insects hum. Fear grows, unspoken, with every dry season that passes. We are suspended in uncertainty. The land itself seems to hold its breath, waiting. If the water truly disappears, what will remain of this vast, once lush country? Imagine a time before the silence. Great herds of bison once roamed the grasslands, guided by the scent of fresh water. Along the rivers, cottonwoods leaned over their reflections, roots drinking deep. Every creature, from the tiniest frog to the soaring eagle, depended on the pulse of the stream. Now, each living thing is a witness to the land's thirst. The songbirds have fallen quiet, wings folded against the heat. Deer move along ancient trails, noses to the ground, searching for vanished pools. Even the insects, the heartbeat of the prairie, grow few and far between. You watch a coyote cross the plain, thin and wary. It pauses at a dry creek, sniffing at the dust. The hope of water lingers in its eyes. But there is nothing here to drink. Life bends, sometimes shatters, without the promise of water. The wild world holds its breath, balanced on the edge. Each drop of water is a lifeline. Without it, the circle of life unravels, strand by fragile strand. The sun blazes, high and unyielding. Your skin prickles beneath its glare, and sweat dries before it can cool you. The ground beneath your feet is hard, fractured. With each step, dust rises, a faint, choking haze that clings to your throat. You crouch beside what was once a river. The stones are smooth, shaped by water that has long since vanished. Running your fingers over them, you feel their history. The memory of cool streams, the laughter of children, the splash of fish. Now there is only the rasp of wind and the distant call of a lone hawk. Clouds drift overhead, but they bring no promise. Their shadows flicker across the land, brief relief from the unrelenting sun. Every sound is magnified. The crunch of your boots, the crack of dry wood, the ghost of water remembered. You are not just an observer. You are a participant, feeling the tension in the air, the longing for water that binds all living things here. Silence becomes a presence, watchful, waiting. In small towns, people gather at kitchen tables, voices hushed. Wells run dry, gardens wither. The familiar flow of water slows, then stops. Faucets sputter, coughing up mud and air. There is no simple fix. Hope becomes rationed, like every precious drop. Families queue at emergency stations, jugs and buckets in hand. Tempers run short. Children, once carefree, now ask questions their parents cannot answer. This is not a distant threat. It is here. It is now. Farmers walk their fields, boots sinking into dust. Crops curl in the relentless heat, leaves brittle to the touch. Livestock cluster in the shade, eyes dull with thirst. The land that once gave so much now demands everything in return. Communities strain beneath the weight of scarcity. Each day, the tension grows. A new kind of silence settles. A silence born of worry, of waiting for rain that may never come. The wild is restless. Herds of elk travel further than ever before, drawn by the faintest hint of water. Foxes, raccoons, and bears wander into empty towns, desperate for a drink. The boundaries between wild and human blur, united by a single need. You watch as a flock of geese circles high above, searching for a pond that no longer exists. Their calls are sharp, urgent. Below, the land offers no comfort. Dust swirls where water once glimmered. Even the hardiest species struggle to endure. Predators grow bold. Coyotes and wolves risk everything, drawn to human settlements by the scent of a leaky hose or a forgotten bowl. Tension simmers at the edges, where survival means crossing once unthinkable lines. The world is changing, reshaped by scarcity. Every animal faces a terrible choice: adapt, move on, or perish. The great migration for water has begun. The uncertainty is a shadow stretching across the land. Each decision, who gets water, who goes without, echoes through homes and habitats alike. Old rivalries flare. Communities weigh their options in silence, aware that every choice leaves a mark. Fires burn hotter and longer, fed by dry grass and dead trees. The air fills with smoke, choking the sky. Streams once teeming with life now serve only as fire breaks, empty scars in the earth. Questions hang heavy in the air. Can we share what little remains? What will it cost us? The silence is now pierced by sirens, by the sound of engines hauling water, by the low murmur of fear. The land waits, silent and watchful. Each day without rain, the tension grows. Hope flickers, fragile as a single drop in the dust. You walk the empty rivers, searching for a sign. Sometimes there is a glimmer, a hidden spring, a patch of green, the distant echo of water underground. In those moments, hope stirs. You kneel, cupping your hands to catch the precious trickle, feeling gratitude in every cool drop. There is a lesson here, whispered by the land. Water is not a guarantee. It is a gift, ancient and fragile, shaped by time and care. To find it now is to remember what has been lost and what might be saved. The ancient ones knew this. They built their lives around water, moving with the rivers, respecting each spring. Today, we must learn again how to cherish, how to share, how to live in balance with the land. In the hush of the empty plains, you realize hope is not found in a distant plan B. It is found in reverence, in the careful tending of what remains. The choice before us is stark. There is no plan B, no second chance, no easy escape. The water we have is all there is. Each drop matters, from the highest mountain spring to the tiniest backyard puddle. Respect begins with awareness. With every shower, every garden, every field, each decision shapes the future. To protect water is to protect life itself. to honor the web of living things that depend on it. The land waits for our answer. Will we listen to the silence? Will we learn to live with less, to cherish what remains? The choice is urgent, and it is ours alone. Let us remember the silence, the thirst, the hope. Let us choose reverence and protect every drop, for ourselves, for the wild, and for the land we call home.